Hi, hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Jolene. I like to share all things beauty, shopping, decor, and more. And today I have I'm actually I've already gotten ready, but it's kind of a get ready with me. I'm going to show you everything, the steps and everything I put on my face today. It was all makeup that I shopped for my stash or that I've recently received that I wanted to try. So let's get to showing what's on my face here. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your support. You can support my channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, leave me a comment, doing all those things are appreciated so much. And thank you to those who helped me get to my 1,000. I'm growing from 1,000 now, so that's kind of nice. Anyway, I was excited to get to that little, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, let's celebrate. We got our first 1,000. Anyway, so to my face, I normally whenever I do a video, I use my foundation, Estee Lauder foundation, but I want to try something different today, a different look, something I had on hand. It wasn't quite my color, but I'll show you that. So the first thing I actually put on was, I did use Estee Lauder. I haven't used this yet. This is the primer. It says Aqua Brilliance. It's kind of a watery type primer, so I didn't really like it when I first put it on, but after I got it on, I thought this is really great. I really like it. Really like it. So anyway, I'm glad I tried it because now I will use it. It just seemed healthy and fresh. I put it on and I kind of already looked good, had like a little glow and stuff. So anyway, that's the first thing that is on my face today. So I'll put it in here and let's get to the next one. So the next thing I did was I have the primer on. So I use this Tarte. This is a BB cream. It's a tinted moisturizer. I didn't use a foundation yet. Well, I'll show you what I did, but I use this tinted moisturizer. Now this is a little bit dark for me, but I still went ahead and put my bronze drops in it because I like to mix, and I mixed the Drunk Elephant bronze drops into this. So it was a little bit dark look, but I don't know, I think it turned out okay. And so I actually really like this. So if you just don't want a foundation, but you want to do a BB cream, there's a good one for you. I've learned with Tarte, sometimes their colors are a little bit darker than other browns that I'm used to. So I have to kind of be careful in the shades. But anyway, that's a tip for that one. And then I found this somewhere, but this is the Laura Geller. This is the Baked, Balance, and Brighten. It's kind of a foundation, and this is in the color medium. That's what it looks like. I went ahead and did that all over the top of my BB cream. And before I put my BB cream on, actually I tried this Danessa Myricks. This is Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. So I put this under the BB cream and I really liked it. This felt really good. Was this the one? Yeah, this anyway, I liked it. I will use it. So there was that. So that's my first kind of face, what I did to my face. The next thing I did was, after I got all the foundation or the powder and all that on, I did use a little bit of this Danessa Myricks. This is called the Evolution powder. And this one, I used the pink one because I kind of was going for a little bit of a pinky look today. So I used the pink one. But when I was shopping my stash, I realized I have a yellow one and I have a clear one. So anyway, I don't know where I've been with these, but I haven't been using them, but I think I will now, because I really liked Danessa Myricks and these seem to be decent powders. So anyway, I did that, and then I did another concealer on top and with a little bit of this powder over it. But I used the Tarte. This is a different one than I've ever used before. This is I think this is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. So it's one I haven't used. Now, it's weird when you open it up, it just kind of comes, look, watch. it just kind of comes out. I don't know why that does that. But anyway, so I put this on under here, and this was amazing. The thing about it that I noticed is a lot of times you put on concealers and they feel kind of wet, and you rub them in. This one was more like it was kind of a balmy type finish, so it wasn't real liquid. It's just kind of like a balm, so you could really like, pat it in there. Anyway, so I really like that. I haven't used it yet. I don't know why, but anyway, now I have, and I really like it. So that was that concealer, the powder, just the Myrix. Then I always go to my bronze, and I did a really different bronze that I haven't used before, but I was surprised that it was better than I expected. But I didn't know I had this Merit bronzing stick, and look how pretty it is. It's kind of got a shimmer to it. So I just did that around my whole face like I always do, cheekbones, sides of nose, under chin, anyway, and loved it, but I thought it needed a little more oomph on my cheeks. So I went to this powder, and this is NYC. This is the, they call it the Buttermelt Bronzer. So they have blushes like this that I've used and shown before. But anyway, there it is. And so I just took a brush and just took my bronze brush and just, went under here, or kind of right here, right below my blush. And so that's my bronzer. Like it. I'm happy with it. So there's that. Now the blush was kind of tricky for me. I was going for a pink look, and I just found this when I was shopping my stash. I hadn't tried it yet. I got this from ALLURE box a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. Anyway, this is from Haas Labs, and there's the box. And then here it is. It's very hot pink. Pull it up. But put it on here, and it's a very hot pink. I remember getting excited about it. Thought that would look good on lips, and it still looks, it's like a balmy kind of thing. So I don't know why you couldn't wear it on your lips. But anyway, I tried it. It's pretty powerful, so you do need to, but once you blend it in, it kind of almost goes away. So anyway, I always use a stick or a kind of what do you call it? A cream blush. And then I put a powder over it. And I had this Jeffree Star that I kind of wanted to try. So here's what it looks like inside. Now it has the pink, and it has kind of a highlighty gold. And so I tried it, and I actually liked it over this. But there was a couple places where it kind of more highlighted my blush. And I like a smooth blush, like a buttery smooth blush. So for that reason, I'm not sure I loved it. I think there's a lot of looks you could get out of this. I mean, I'm wondering if you take the whole thing and just do your whole face, and it'll brighten and whatever. So I might try that next time. But so because this was kind of a fail with this look, I went ahead and used this Tarte, the Energy. I've showed it on here, but I haven't used it yet. So anyway, I put that. So basically these two were my blush for today. So more pink. And then, so after my blush, I go with highlighter. And what I did, if you guys watch this video where I opened my Ipsy haul, and these highlighter sticks, it was one a bronzer kind of and one a highlighter. And this is just so fun. It's like iridescent, and if you want to go watch that video, you can. But there's a little flower in the middle, so it's kind of a pinky iridescent, and then it has kind of a purplish iridescent flower. This is the look, right? It's right underneath the pink. That's kind of the look it is. So it is kind of turns out to be a little bit pink. It's not quite that pink when I put it on, but I don't know. I'm gonna look in here, and I don't really have a mirror, so I can't tell. I'm looking in the phone and my camera here. But anyway, it's fun. It was really fun. And then I hadn't tried this since I got it recently in my BoxyCharm. I think it was my Ipsy. The one I just got, the Icon box. Anyway, so I used this bronzer or this highlighter. Really like it. Went all over, did this, and then kind of went over it with the powder. Anyway, so there's my highlight. And so let's get to brows. So for brows, I use this Anastasia Beverly Hills. This has this spoolie on one end, so I do that first. And then I take the color and you can just kind of color in. It's very good. It looks real even on areas that don't have hair. So there is that. And then I tried this. I just received this Kosas brow gel in, I think it was a Sephora, one of their beauty kits that I just recently showed. Anyway, so it's just a good brow, a really good brow, kind of a wax, or whatever. So anyway, I like that. We'll use it. So that was fun. And then, so that's brows. And so let's get to, I think we're at eyes, okay? And so for my eye, I found this Morphe. This is the eyelid primer, and I love it. It's really a good one. So if you want an affordable primer, this is a good one. It reminds me a lot of the NARS one that I have that's my favorite that I use all the time. So if anyway, the NARS is expensive, this one's less expensive, so I'm actually really happy with this. So I'm glad I've tried it and I got a good feel for it. So hopefully it feels like it's going to have lasting power. That's one of the reasons why I like the NARS so much, is because my shadow always stays pretty, you know, after hours and hours. And I usually do a artsy look on my, I do basic eyeshadow, but also I put kind of a lot of shadow on. So anyway, that's great. And then, so for my eyeshadow, I've been dying to try this. I just shared this in a video. In fact, yeah, I just put this video out too. This is the Tarte, and I have 3 eyeshadow palettes, and I really wanted to try the pink one. Here it is. It's just beautiful. So it's, now that I know it, sometimes the first time you use a palette, you don't know exactly what you're getting. So the first time you're more like experimenting, and then the next time you go in knowing the palette better, and you can do a lot more with it. So I feel like there's a lot more I could have done with this palette, but I was just kind of experimenting, so I just went with it. So I pretty much used, I think I used every color except for this one down here. I used these 2 on my lids, and I used this on the whole my whole eyelid. Then these 2. Then I did this one and this one together on the outer lid, and I did this one on the eyelid. And I'm not sure, maybe I didn't use this one too. This one's really pretty. I don't know why I wouldn't have used it. Anyway, it looks like kind of like a brown, but it's mauve-y, I guess. But anyway, that would have been pretty on my lids, on my corners too. Anyway, so loved it. But then I was like, you know what? I need some kind of I put the lighter pink on my eyelids, and I just thought I need something kind of lighter and shimmerier. So you guys probably, if you follow me, you've seen me share this. This is the little tiny Natasha eyeshadow. I think actually, is this blush and highlight? Glam Beyond Diamond and Glow. You know what? It might be considered a blush, and I don't know if it's an eyeshadow or a blush and highlight, but nonetheless, this color right here is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of an iridescent too. I don't know, you can't really see it on my finger. Well, maybe a little bit, but I'll put it right under my highlighter. I don't know if you see, you can't really see it. Well, you can with an eyeshadow brush. And what brush did I use for that? I think it was this one. So I just put a little bit of this on my brush and just did the corners in here. I did under my eye and kind of in the corners of my eyes. So it brightened the eyes up quite a bit. So I really like this. It's little, but it's a fun addition to any eyeshadow palette. And this was great too. I mean, it wasn't as pink. It's more mauve. It wasn't quite as pink as I thought it would be. But anyway, there's the look. And you know, I've said this before when I do eyeshadows, it's kind of like, I feel like an artist. So, you know, some people will say, you use like 7 different colors on your eyes. And I'm like, yeah, but it all blends. Blending is key. When you're doing eyeshadow or whatever, blending is key. So anyway, just keep that in mind. So that was fabulous. Now, normally I put, whatever I put in my corners here, I go under my eye with just a little brush and just kind of put the shadow. But since I had just gotten these Tarte, these are, it's Smolder Eyes, and they're kind of a brown color, but I went with it because it kind of blended with this color here, but I just did this all under my eyes. I think it was a little too much, maybe. I don't really, it looks more like an eyeliner. Anyway, so that's this one. I really like it. I think for some eye looks it's going to look good, and I think it would also go on the top of the eyelid to make a nice look too. And then I just did a little bit of black. I have this man-eater from Tarte. I don't know if I have probably used this a long time ago, but I wanted to try it again. It has kind of a real small tip. And it wasn't super, I mean, it glided on. It has a fine tip, which I like, but it glides on okay. But I was trying to do it in my upper lids here, and I don't know if it really worked out. So, but I did a little bit in the corners. I always darken the corners of my eyes, so I did a little bit there. So there's the eyeliner, and then to finish it off, we need some mascara. So I had, this was new. I got it recently, but this is from Too Faced, and it's called the Revolution Ribbon. It's a tubing mascara, and so here's what it looks like. I actually really liked it a lot, so I went ahead and used that. And since I was using Too Faced already, I used one of my favorite, which is the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. So this one this one right here just worked out great. So anyway, so that's my look. Oh, and I finished it all off with the Morphe. So I got the Morphe. This is the mini continuous prep and set mist. Now this smells so good, and it's very fine mist. It's an aerosol, so not all of them are aerosols, but I really liked it. So, and I like that it's small too, because you could take it to travel. But anyway, this just really small mist. So that was my finish. So there we go. So here's the makeup look once again. I hope that you got something out of these. Oh, duh, I need to do lips. Okay, so this one, I started out with the Mara Juicy. This is the, I can't read what it is. It's a lip tattoo, and it has the lip liner. Like it's kind of a felt type, you know, liner. I guess it's real similar to the Huda. I do like it. And then on the other end is, I didn't use it, but the other end, it has a lip, like kind of a gloss. So you could just take this and wear these together. But instead, I had this other thing from Tarte that this is just a liquid lip. So I put the liquid lip on. I thought it would have more staying power, which it has. And then on the top, I know some of you are wanting me to show this on. I also did a lot of this makeup and stuff I've shown in other videos, and I've had questions from people about some of it. But this one, this is the This is the Fenty Beauty. It says oil, lip oil, but it's kind of an iridescent, so it's real pretty. So I had the liner and this on, and I just put this on top. Let's kind of see what it is here, and then it's just more like a gloss. It says oil, but it's kind of more like a gloss, and it has, it does have a little bit of an iridescence. So anyway, that was the finishing touch. So let me know if any of these products interest you, or if you learned anything you want to know about some of these products. Hopefully it helped a little bit with some of you. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support so much. And so thank you for that. And I will see you guys all in the next one. All right, friends. Bye-bye.